Okay, so 1117 is a weighted average cost of capital question. And then we're gonna do the calculations without the additional issuance of additional funds, and then with. So let's just go through our terminology. R sub D is the pre-tax cost of debt. That's equal to the yield to maturity. The after-tax cost of debt, RDT, is equal to the yield to maturity multiplied by 1 minus the tax rate. Cost of preferred is R sub P, which we don't have here. The cost of retained earnings, R sub S, and R sub E is the cost of new common equity. So it's all using the book's terminology. So divided walls construction, DWC has a yield to maturity. YTM on its new bonds is 5%. Its cost of retained earnings is 8%. Cost of new common equity is 11%. So if we don't issue new debt, the cost of equity is 8%. If we do, it's 11%. If DWC's capital structure consists of 40% debt and 60% common equity, what is the weighted average cost of capital? So I created a little table down here. So we've got the rate, the pre-tax cost of debt, R sub D, and that's 40%. And then we've got the cost of retained earnings, 8%, and cost of new common equity, 11%, the tax rate, 35%, and the two weights, 40% debt, 60% equity. So let's calculate the after-tax cost of debt. So the 5% times 1 minus the tax rate, so we need an asterisk, and parentheses, so 1 minus 35%, and then we get 3.25%. So now I can calculate the weighted average cost of capital. So the equals, I'll do the weights first. The 40% times the 3.25 plus the 60% times the 8%, the cost of retained earnings. So that's 6.1%. So now if we need additional stock, then it's going to be the debt's going to be the same. Doesn't need two equals. So the 40% times the 3.25. The return instead of the plus. All right. So now it's 60% times the cost of new common equity, and hit return. It's 7.9%. So if the company doesn't need additional equity, then we can do the weighted average cost of capital is 6.1%. If the company does, it's going to be 7.9%.